day and commonplace in comparison to everything else you do. Welcome back, my fellow gamers. This is Top 10 Gaming, and I'm your host, Amanda McKnight. When it comes to death-defying act right now is Dream. Today we're going to highlight some of his most memorable moments and most astounding plays as we count down the top 10 craziest Dream moments. Alright, now let's get counting. Number 10, Lava Pit of Doom. I just found this moment to be really entertaining when I was watching it. At one point, Dream lies in wait sitting atop a pillar in a lava pit. YouTuber and opponent George Not Found accidentally falls into Dream's trap, dropping into the lava pit. Fortunately, he manages to get some water underneath him just before he lights up in flames, but ends up getting hit off of that water and into the lava. Dream takes his safe spot and uses the opportunity of proximity to cut George down with a sword before letting out a diabolical laugh. The best thing for me too was the laugh here, because that's not something that we hear very often. Oh, it's so great. Number 9, Cornered. At one point during one of his latest Hunter videos, we see Dream get completely cornered and still manage to somehow escape. He dives into a ravine and manages to jump into a bucket of water to avoid dying. Impressive for a regular player, as I said earlier, but not surprising at all for a player of Dream's skill and caliber. The impressive part here is that he continues to be pursued by the 4 hunters in this video and ends up being cornered at a dead end of the ravine. With nowhere to turn, Dream starts carving out a path and also carves out a little hidey hole, all the while being targeted by arrows. At one point his shield breaks and you think he's a goner, but fortunately he managed to block the hunter's path just long enough to make his daring escape, digging his way out of there. You also gotta love how it seems like Dream really tries to make these videos exciting and basically take us through various different kinds of terrains and landscapes when it comes to his Hunter videos. I just love that we go to so many different biomes and stuff and different areas. Just makes it really cool. And friends, if you love Minecraft as much as we love Minecraft, be sure to show that love by giving this video a thumbs up. Number 8, Pig Explosion. For me, one of the biggest and weirdest moments was how Dream just was showing us his house in his very first video where he casually had a chest filled with a diamond armor set and sword, and then as he's showing off just all the awesome features of that house and attempting to build a bed, randomly gets blown up by a pig. This caught me completely off guard and I just could not stop laughing when this happened personally. It would appear that all mobs explode in that video, and it was so funny as well because he's literally talking about, I believe, mobs as he walks in and then hits it, although pig creepers can also blow you up like that as well. Then of course it finishes off with sweet dreams in the nether. The pig explosion though was really the crowning jewel of Dream's first video, in my opinion. Pig just blows up the entire place and he's like, well, alright. Number 7, More Dangerous Than a Shark. Have you ever turned around in a boat and realized someone had jumped out of the water and was waiting just behind you to potentially kill you? Because that is a very real experience you could have with the player and Minecraft speedrunner extraordinaire Dream. During one of his 4 hunters videos, he surprised his opponent, YouTuber George Not Found, while the 4 hunters tried to pursue Dream as he escaped underwater and were caught up in the midst of a sort of above water to underwater battle with him. He surprises George by hopping into the back of his boat without him seeing. I feel so bad for George too in this video. I feel like just so many terrible things happened to him. Of course, the rest of George's friends did see this and did warn him to abandon ship. However, he didn't need to because Dream then jumped back in the water and proceeded to attack George Not Found's boat while beneath it, which is the most shark thing I think you could do. It's literally like a shark scary movie, but with Dream as the shark. Basically, I'm just saying if we make a Jaws 5 or 6 or whatever we're on, we should cast Dream as the shark. Number 6, Cursed Reach. At one point, Dream shares with us a plugin that he created for Minecraft called the Cursed plugin. Here we get to see commands that allow pretty much everything in the game to be affected by the curse of this plugin, such as Cursed Gravity, which basically commands everyone and potentially everything in the game to have their gravity turned off, thus leaving them floating high up in the sky. One of my favorites though is the Cursed Reach command, which allows you to gain infinite reach, meaning as long as you can still get your target lined up in your crosshairs, you could basically hit it with your sword and kill it from even a great distance. And he kind of shows this off by showing you just how far away you can really go, as long as your accuracy is good enough. It's so silly. I love it. Number 5, portal trap. This has to be one of my favorite of the traps that Dream has laid during the Hunter series. This is one that he set up where he passed through a nether portal and then basically had plenty of time to set up what he wanted his hunters to come through into. He set up a trap, boxing them in with basically lava, and then proceeded to jump into all this mess, even as the others came through, sitting beneath the portal so that he could shoot them. From there, he tunneled, creating his own network to even surprise attack them from above, sort of coming down and then back up around them. Just this whole sequence involving the portal trap is pretty spectacular, and just it really showcases how I feel like when you're facing Dream, you really have no idea where he is. I love when people are like, where did he go? And then he just like pops up behind them. Terrifying. Number 4, trapped in the nether. Honestly, some of the best stuff comes from watching Dream just run circles around other players in his 400 series. One moment that happened here took place when he laid a trap for the other players by getting them to chase him through a portal to the nether. This ended up being a completely flat nether dimension that his pursuers found, which made them feel that they had finally caught Dream and would be able to slay him. Unfortunately, what they didn't know is this is likely what Dream wanted them to think, and it was kind of potentially all part of his plan. He ran around with the party chasing them for a short while before doubling back to the portal and then placing down some TNT before leaving to blow it up, trapping the pursuers in the nether. You can just hear them basically being like, does anyone have flint? Where's the flint? We need to light this portal. Number 3, straight up murder. Albeit that was the name of the game here. We have seen Dream go up against the 4 hunters many times, but one of the craziest moments for me was near the start of the finale rematch vid, where he faces off with one of them and gets one of them separated from the rest of the group as Dream races and leaps over ravines and hilly landscape. The player and YouTuber Ant Frost that he attacks doesn't think this is going to be their death they are witnessing, and despite the fact that their health is steadily going down from Dream's punches, is actually surprised when they're actually killed by him. Which, I'm not gonna lie, makes sense. This was super early on in the video, and like, it's just punches. You're going to need to be faster though than that to beat a speedrunner, my friend. So don't be surprised if Dream just like punches your lights out right at the beginning. Number 2, flaming boat escape. This escape was immensely impressive, especially from a cinematic viewpoint. Like, imagine if there was a movie about Dream. You know it would be like action-packed and also feature this scene. Or it could potentially be like a thriller or horror where like Dream is like hunting people down. Here we see him leap across a lava pool by dropping a bunch of boats as he flees, leaving a trail of burning boats behind him that his pursuers cannot use to follow him because they're on fire. He continues on, then jumping up onto a bit of a cliff and laying down blocks to continue his way to safety. Now that is epic. Number 1, swimming in lava. I love this one a lot because of how amazed the other players were. While being hunted at one point, Dream escapes by jumping into lava. Of course, everyone thinks that he has to be dead because, well, they saw him jump into lava, thinking this must have been an accident and that they finally broke his cool and made him slip up in a panic. As we know from watching Dream, however, their cheers of celebration are just completely unwarranted, as Dream found time and resources to make himself a potion of fire resistance, meaning that when he jumped into the lava, he drank the fire resistance potion and now is actually just going for a nice hot swim. But, you know, not too hot because fire resistance. What have been some of your favorite Dream moments? Is there anything that you thought was just completely insane that you have seen Dream do? Is there something that you'd really love to recreate or try yourself? Or something else that you'd love to see Dream do that's just even beyond what you've seen? Let us know in the comments below. And speaking of comments, it's time to turn to some comments from one of our latest videos, Top 10 Among Us Custom Roles. Snippy comments, wow, the black lipstick looks surprisingly good. Well, thank you. I do occasionally like wearing a nice black lipstick. My favorite is when I change like my look up and then people are like, what happened? And I'm like, you can actually wear lots of different looks. I personally think that's what fashion's all about, trying new, cool things. And yeah, I've been wearing black lipstick for definitely over 10 years of my life, so Always come back to it. Camationes_IDK suggests new role vent cleaner. The vent cleaner has to clean vents. Some of the vents have a clue to give out who's an imposter. It's a 15% chance of finding it. The vent cleaner has a minute cooldown after cleaning a vent and can't clean a vent until it's done. It takes 20 times to clean a vent. By the way, I hope this is going to be a role. So the only thing I'm confused about with this role is it like, is the vent cleaning a task? And then, so do you have to do it 20 times to clean like one vent and you have to clean all of them? Because that seems like it would be a lot. But otherwise, for the rest of it, I'm so down. That sounds like such a cool role. Jovina Erawan shares, while everyone else is commenting about the roles, I was admiring her dress and makeup. First of all, I hope I said your name right. And second of all, thank you so much. That's so nice. This is a new dress, so thank you. And that's all the time we have for comments today. Be sure to comment below for a chance to have your thoughts and feels shouted out in a future video. This has been Top 10 Gaming, and I'm your host, Amanda McKnight, reminding you to keep on gaming on. Pew pew!